Oh shit. Okay, there we go. Pardon me. Whew. There we go. There we go. And we're up. Oh. Made it on time tonight. Well, okay, a couple of minutes behind schedule, but big deal. Whew. All right. Okay, good. Good. Position the mic. Yes. That's good. Okay. Here we go. Yes, B, here we do. The good news for me today. Well, yeah, I'm not playing anything for 80s month on Sundays. I have nothing scheduled there. It's Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Although Tuesday is going to be Super Rad Ray Gun because I fucked up and, forgot about it. Well, not forgot. Got my days mixed up. Yeah, no, we don't need it. This does not count towards 80s month. That's all there is to it. All right, let's go. Oh, I forgot to adjust the audio. Oh, well, I'll get to it when it comes back up. When it actually comes up, like, to the menu. Well, what think you? Good? Bad? Do I need to turn it up a bit? Up a bit? Okay. Loading and loading again. There, how's that? Maybe just a smidge more? Okay. Yeah, and the majority of it is the music. Even so, I don't want to overdrive it. Just let me know if it's, you know, not quite up to snuff. Okay. Gave me a thing, not just a thing, but a ring. Let's find out what it does. I think it lets me cross the blue flames. Back to the map. Hidden passage. Oh, so that's how I get back up to the main area. Alright, got it. More like Obi-Wan Kenobi is her last hope, so she put a ring on it. Whenever you're ready. There. And I guess I want to go to the gardens next. Open the door, please. Oh, yes, that's right. I thought there was a card in the flowers. Maybe not. Okay. Escalated quickly, yeah, that's quite a way of putting it. Teases you dreadfully about your lifestyle. He respects you enormously. More than anyone else, I believe he's always wanted to be more like you, perhaps when he's a little older. Or more mature, I should say. You have our ring. Can I see? I remember you presenting it to us when you married us. You must take it. Lucas will be missing it, I'm sure. Oh, I just needed a rest. This little guy is heavy. I hope he won't be mad that I'm missing the party. No, he loves the mansion, but this is all we've ever really needed. It's right here. This is our perfect little world. Please tell him I will wait for him, won't you? I'll be right here whenever he is ready. She's always here, safe in this place. You've seen some of the truth now. The mansion was on fire. We, the guests, died. It should have ended there. That creature in the golden mask, somehow he brought them all back, torturing us over and over. I tried to help them, tried to find some peace in all this pain. He is so strong. With that ring, I believe you can stop him. A secret place. Sixpence was so close. Her uncle? Take that ring to the room where Aram died. It will unlock the path. Eleanor left her mask for you. Take it. Eleanor was the life and soul that connected the people and places in the Sexy Brutale. Her mask allows you to travel by stepping into the mirrors placed throughout the mansion. You can now walk through any mirror in the Sexy Brutale. The movements of all staff and guests have also been revealed to you on the map. She always tried so hard to see the best in people. But it's what you see that will matter. Now look into the mirror. I've never seen inside that place, you know? I'm not sure whether to rage impotently or just be quietly glad. Anyway, I've watched you, Lafcadio. Your arrival was somewhat unexpected. All these years, you've done your dutiful loop, dying along with sixpence in the chapel. Then all of a sudden one day, you're running around, ruining everything. Took me a little while to figure it out. Then of course I knew that bloody creature had to be involved. I'm sure she has spun all the tales about me and what's happening here. I'm sure they have left out some rather important information. I will be utterly candid with you now, Boone. I could end this right now. I could end you. I have the power. Perhaps she is right, and I am a monster. But we might all be monsters here. I want you to see, to understand. Come with me. The first question is, am I really a murderer? And to that, the answer is most assuredly yes. You see this man here, dear Reginald? I killed him, stone dead. It wasn't my finger that pulled the trigger, but it was my command. Family as well, you know? The heart of the casino, our dear friend Clay. In this scenario, I had him die from a shot of venom from the same spider which would go on to devour his precious wife. He did like a drink, Clay, but never when he was working, you know? Sad, kind of. So fitting, she was so beautiful. Trinity, the moth by moonlight. It was what Clay called her. She loved that name. A moth, so I thought it very fitting for her to be eaten by my giant spider. I never had one, you know. I'm sure nothing could possibly grow that big, but by gods I wish they did. I would have kept it in a room, just like this one. Imagine the terror she must have felt, bound in thread and waiting for the end. Creature from a nightmare. Covered in deep cuts. Of course it is. This one was rather fantastical. When we found that fish, I did so want to believe the stories. A voodoo fish. I rather suspect it was just a guppy with some particularly bright colors. The man who sold it to me must have thought I was the most gullible person under the sun. But I wasn't paying for the fish, I was paying for the story. Eleanor called me a fool, but she did love to watch him in his tank. best fortune I ever spent. I'd like to say that Willow would never have hanged herself, but then a long time ago I stopped even trying to pretend I could understand what another person might do. Bell, what a voice. She was a living work of art. I murdered her with the notes of a song, and I had my staff throw her body down a garbage chute. That's what's being implied, that it's a separate reality afterlife looping, I don't know. The staff member appears to be taking a certain amount of pride in the carnage he has created. Stained glass window smashed to pieces. Tequila bleeding to death from deep lacerations all across her body. Grayson, Red. It really wasn't a party until those two got here. Grayson still is such a complete scoundrel. But my god, he's fun. Or he was, at least. Red really would have done anything for him. I'm almost certain that it would be so much more painful if Grayson had gone second, and Red had to watch him die first. Yes, perhaps I'll change this one. Aram. I smelled him down in a furnace like a big gold bar. I smelted him down in a furnace like a big gold bar. My mansion had many strange and wonderful creations, but a lift that doubled as an incinerator, that would have been something. I like to think that if Aram were able to choose how he went, then perhaps he would have chosen something like this. Though in a way, he almost did. Okay. Thanos, what a mind to waste. It wasn't just this mansion that he built, you know? There are similar works of architectural genius all over the country. He was a grouchy and often tiresome old man, but that mind was like a cracked diamond, and at least his works will live on. Well, Boone, you have heard my confession. As I said, I am a murderer. This is not a brag or a boast. I am not good or clever for it. I am sinful and gross. I have killed everyone in this mansion. But there is one person who didn't die. Thanos' body is charred to a crisp. The furnace cooked him through. This beautiful golden elevator is the connection between the horrors upstairs and the madness down here. One man who survived the events of the day here. He woke up in a broken body with a broken mind. They put a mask on his face and a machine forced him to breathe until he was fit to stand. Unless this is true, then the mask is a breathing aid. Who are the staff here? man who served his time, but time that could never be enough. Whoever was in the cell, they must have been here for years upon years for a tree to grow this large. Oh, let me guess, like, because of the whatever he had, he couldn't die. A man who lived when all the others did not. I would like you to meet that man, Boone. I would like you to meet him, and then decide if this day should end. The man is him! Crypt is marked Lucas. It is empty. Crypt is marked Eleanor. You know, somehow, that the grave is real. She is here. Answer will be behind these doors. Come and find me there. She and I will be waiting for you. What is Sunday right now? Oh, Sunday here. Okay. I'm in trouble. Guess I just gotta wait a minute. been here before. Oops.
Weasel.
Well, where's Mr. Gold Skull? Long road for you. I'll come back here, take this, and I'll play on. Huh. Well found, Boone. Please, come join me. I'm sure the OST can be yours somewhere. I cannot control you, cannot make you part of my world, not truly. But perhaps once you see, you will decide for yourself whether or not this world is the right one for us. This is Lucas Bonds, the Marquis of the Sexy Brutale. I have brought us all here to judge this man, or rather, to sentence him. His guilt is not in question. We shall see. Boone, watch carefully. There's still plenty of time. 6 pence's calculations after all. The explosives are all primed. Everything will go off at once, the stroke of midnight. Garden full of my guests, safely outside by then. and a garden full of witnesses to clear me of any wrongdoing. It's risky. The insurance, it's a new life for Eleanor and I. Something a little less extravagant this time. Is the man in the gold skull the mansion itself? You've done a much neater and smaller job. Oh, where am I? I think I must have left them in the other room. Yes, you turn your face away. How easy for you, how easy to look the other way. I'm the one who has to keep everything together. Is it perfect? No. But this is what is right, the closest to right that we deserve. Please, he's a good man. He survived that fall. A little bruised, somewhat broken, but he lived. And there you have it, Boone. This man set a fire in his own mansion for nothing more than the insurance. The guests in the mansion, they didn't truly die to giant spiders or demon fish or crushing cages. They died in the fire that this man set. They have kept this mansion running, embellished their deaths, added some flair, but this is the man truly responsible for the deaths in this mansion. It is more than enough. We will wait, Boone. If you can figure out if you wish to save this man, then go ahead. I will not stop you. I tried to open the door. Why couldn't I open the door? Come on. There we go. Yeah, it would kind of be a moot point to just play this immediately. Because whenever you save somebody, the bloodied girl says, you know, the mansion doesn't want it, or something along those lines. At the very beginning, that is. And even the way the man in the gold mask talks, he says my this and my that, but he makes it seem as though he's not Lucas. I mean, I guess he could feel guilty and is trying to come up with some way to sentence himself. Yeah. But if it were the mansion saying my this and my that would make sense. The same way it's like my hands and my butt. And when he calls him guilty, the thing he says first is, you know, he went through the trouble of trying to destroy his mansion all because of insurance, da-da-da-da-da. Well, let's see if by syncing the clock to mine, it'll make a difference. But when he accuses him, the first thing that Mr. Goldskull says is, you know, all went to the trouble blowing up the mansion, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, and then killed his, you know, whatever in the process. Now if I rewind, hopefully I'll be put in the room where the clock was. I mean, the bomb. Yeah, hopefully I'll move with it. That's my plan, anyway. Aha! Have we been here before? Briefly, this was the one office. Arms, wire cutters, incendiary explosives. Okay, that doesn't matter much. Alright, so we're there. Apparently not all the map has been revealed to me. That's fine. I thought I was going to have to disable all of them, so I, like, got ready to take off, but... Yes, I can cut the wire on the bomb, but I'm still going to need to do the rest. Wait, this wire is cut. Who? Wait, this isn't right. The timer. I made a mistake. This would have gone off early. My god. Boone! I think we can forego having the masks chase you, Boone. There's no need for that anymore. Not here. Lafcadio, what are you doing here? Please, you have to leave. This I can explain, or rather, I don't imagine I need to. So sorry, my old friend. I should have told you, but you can be rather proper, no? I'm going to burn this place down. You know I love this place, it's everything, but I love her more. We have a child on the way, you know? And this mansion, the cost, the sheer drain of it. I'm not the young, reckless gambler I used to be, Laffy. I thought you'd be proud. I've locked those demons up tight. No more chasing. The high stakes for me. Although I will admit this plan was somewhat thrilling. But I timed it so that everything will detonate once everyone is safely outside. There is one of these devices in every fireplace, and the fireplaces are all connected. But no one will be hurt. But then it's the darndest thing. This wire here was cut. And I've just noticed a rather terrible mistake. I think if it hadn't been cut, then everything would have gone off early. Can't imagine what would have happened. No, he did not intend, but he acted. And they died. They all died. He killed them, Boone. He killed everyone he ever cared about. His friends, his own wife, his unborn We don't deserve to be forgiven. They don't deserve to be forgotten. Don't you see, Boone? This is how I keep them alive. This party, this day, this party, this day. Keep that agony fresh. I see their faces. I remember them. She would have us forgive ourselves. She would let us go. She would have you live. But I am not ready. I will never be ready. The thing you see in this mansion is the memory of a broken man. Reliving the nightmare of the night he murdered everyone dear to him. One terrible act that he has wished he could take back every second that he has lived since. There is only one man responsible for everything happening in this mansion. Lucas. 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 So they're all him? It's time. We must go to see him. It's been more than 40 years, Lucas. You punished yourself long enough. You almost died when you fell. Then it's been like you stayed alive just to make sure you suffered. You were hospitalized, near dead. You went to prison, but it still wasn't enough. You have suffered and missed us every day. We aren't here to forgive you, Lucas. You will never have that. We are gone and we cannot say the words. You cannot ever know if we would say those words. But as much as you have hated yourself, you have always known one thing. In your heart of hearts, you know that I would not have wanted you to suffer forever. One day, enough would be enough. Today can be that day, Lucas, if you want. If you are ready. You don't have to forget. You only have to forgive yourself just enough to live. His very appearance is painful for me to look at, just as my appearance is painful for you. He is the king of this mansion. He is perhaps the purest glimpse into your soul, my love. Frail, ragged, alone, but beyond powerful. Enough rage and pain and grief to destroy and rebuild this mansion 100,000 times over. Trapped down here, watching his friends murdered over and over and over through these mirrors. He is king of this mansion, but a puppet king. It's time to release him from this torment. Take your mask, Lucas. It will return every aspect of yourself. Then let us go. Let us all go. It doesn't mean you forget. I love you. There is one other option. Walk away. Use the watch. Turn back time. Let the party start again. We will all be here. Your friends will be here. Your mansion, your memories. You don't have to let them go. It's your choice. This place is yours, Lucas. It is horrible and broken and twisted. You don't have to be prisoner here. I loved you. I loved you so much, and you loved me. I know you are sorry. I know it's not enough, but it is done. Let some of the pain go. Live your life. Goodbye, my love.
One look and I shatter like glass. One smile and whole again. You had a way of lighting a dark room with nothing but sun.
Yeah, so they're all the same person. Laffy too, yes. So this taking place in his own mind, yes. It's the gold mask version of him, his super ego. The critical part of himself, the part of himself that shames him. This is hard, yeah, because to let Lucas forgive himself is asking the player to forgive themselves for whatever the past mistakes too, those who also hate and shame themselves.
And you smile on the wall that burns to ash.
I like the music, I like the art style. If I'm gonna have any criticism, the biggest thing was that the ending felt a little forced, but it was good. It was really, really good. I want to see what else this studio comes up with. Simply put, because this is kind of, but not. I mean, you know, you can have those certain things that are like it's all a dream, but this is more complex than that. It's a lot more involved. I feel like there's some sort of a joke hidden in there, a Lucas Monica joke. Since everybody's Lucas. It's no, it was intense. It is. Although I wouldn't really say it's self-destructive. I mean, if somebody does something like that where they fuck up and it costs them their entire friends and family, god damn. I mean, that's just... It's just really, it's really intense. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the storyline is handled well, really well. Even though it was kind of forced, like I said, I think it was good. The plot twist was good. Even though it's sad at the end, the music, the aesthetic, the atmosphere, it's something that totally holds up. And it was... Oh, this is just such a good fucking game. I don't know if it's one of my favorites, because there are others that I would totally get more enjoyment out of, but for what it is and what it is intended to be, I would say this one does deserve like a full 10 out of 10. I don't know if there's a movie quite like this, but there could be. If you talk about games that could easily be adapted into films or a TV series, this one feels like it would have to be like a mini series in order to cover everything that's in here. But it's it was a good game. And at first it was kind of scary. Once you get used to the masks, it's no big deal. Then it becomes interesting trying to solve all the puzzles, and then at the very end it's fucking heartbreaking. And I like that too. To me, the thing that really cinched it up was the very end of the ending, because I thought it was one of those things where they're going to kind of present you with, here's what happened, here's the story. Here's what's really going on. The end. And they didn't do that. They really drove that point home. And then especially just that one moment with the watch, like, you want to go back? I mean, I didn't give it a second thought, obviously, but still the fact that that's there is like, do you want to go back to traversing the mind maze of grief and agony? Like, it's obvious the answer should be no, and we want it to be no, but many of us, I don't know. It's a lot harder in real life, that's for sure. A lot harder when it's your own sins and shames. And the thing is, it's not just, it's more than that. Like, him forgiving himself means you leave the game, and by doing so, you're not in that place. You kind of end that experience of him being able to spend time with his friends again, even if it is brief and they're stuck in a loop. If that makes any sense. And shame is always around. It can seem like it's always meant to be there. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's one of those things you just... I don't know. It's weird how some of that stuff can just mess with you. It's Depression can seem like it's meant to be there, like that's the norm. That's not so much of a choice, though. Like forgiving yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... It's a big thing, and unlike what I was saying the other day, about people knowing emptiness or loss, the thing about forgiving yourself, that's something that's significantly less common. Few people have been there or feel like they've been there. Because not everybody does. I mean, like, I, of course, and I think you as well, B, have been put in a place where we feel awful and something is our fault even though it isn't. And at least I beat myself up about it, and there are certain points where I need to let shit go, that I need to recognize that it's not my... Sometimes it's not my problem, my fault, or even related to me, even though I feel it should be. And it becomes something that'll eat you alive if you don't learn how to deal with it. You have to realize that at certain points it's not anybody else's place to forgive you, that it's all your own. And that's a feat in and of itself. It's something that takes some serious getting used to. It's to anybody that's never had to do it, it's so hard to describe. I don't know if it even makes sense. Unlearning things, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's intense. It does. It takes a lot of effort. And it can just, it'll fucking tear you up if you let it. There's definitely a lot of stuff that's almost installed into you by others, by bad experiences. But after a while you get tired of running around in a maze. It's not easy, and I don't claim I'm there yet, but being a point where you recognize it is the first step, yeah. And it does. It takes a lot of effort to deal with that shit. It's all right. Well, let's see here. It's 11:25. I'm not quite sure what I want to play next. Now I'm not sure. Again, I don't want to do anything too intense because it's Sunday night. I like Valhalla. I'll probably do Monkey Island. Just kind of puttering along through my library at the moment. Well, I'm going to kill the stream. I will be back in a bit with whatever game I pick.